All right, what's up, guys? We're going to do a quick hand review here of our last bunch of hands on GG. We'll start with this Omaha hand. We'll jump right into it. Again, there might be some bad plays in here. There might be some good ones. I'm not sure. I don't remember. So we're going to be going through them together basically for the first time in a while. Here we call him button. We flop top set. Obviously, we lose to 6-7. I decided to just call here if he's bluffing with diamonds or something. We can keep all that junk in here. I think if I raise here, I kind of force him to have a hand. Now we lose to pocket tens, and he comes out big. So I have a decision to make here. I either call, try to pair up. I can fold. I can just jam it in here and charge basically flushes and stuff like that. Risk losing the hands like 6-7 and stuff like that. But I decide to jam here and charge flush draws, any kind of 2-pair combos that he might have. And we have basically probably the top of our range as far as hand strength goes. So we just put it in now. And he ends up calling with aces and a flush draw. And pretty sure this one bricks out for him, or we pair the board or something on the river. Yeah, we pair the board on the river and he bricks out. So we take that one down. Drag that pot. Let's see what's next here. Another PLO. Quite a few PLO hands. Okay. Pick up aces here. Single suited with hearts. We get raised. And I think we click back here. Maybe we just call. I'm not sure. Let's see. I would assume we click back. Yeah, there we go. And he rejams. Oh, okay, so this is just an all-in pre. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I labeled that guy as a fish because he just puts it in with ace, jack, 10-6, single suited. And we drag that one. Okay. What else? What else we got here? Another PLO. Huge win. So basically, I don't know if you guys know what this is. The timeline, it just shows you your last... all your big hands that you've either won or lost. So anything that's, I think, over $100 or something, it'll show you. Here we pick up aces again, single suited. It goes bet, call, raise, and then we obviously 4-bet, probably get this in pre. Versus the same guy. Oh, look, same guy. So he's getting in ace, 9, 7, 3, double suited. Same dude. See, if you can find these guys and just continuously play against them, it's a very, very good situation to be in. Does he hit here? Oh, no, we hold. Okay, so we drag that one too. All right. Okay, huge loss here now. Ace 10, 7, 4, double suited. I'm assuming I 3-bet this guy here now. Yes, I do, because that's the guy that's been paying us. And don't suck out. Comes in for a call. This guy 4-bets, and I think now we just have to get it in. Or we do call. And then he jams. Okay. Not bad. We can still hit an ace, but he flops top set. And we have a 12% equity, so I'm assuming we just lose. Oh, we do lose this one, actually, for sure. So, yeah, because it said big loss at the beginning. Hello. All right. Nothing to see there, really. All right, finally onto the Hold'em streets. So he raises, Frodo Baggins, we 3-bet. He calls. I check here, going for check raise, I'm assuming. Yes, I do. And he calls. Here, I'm like, well, what is he calling with, right? I mean, it could be flush draws and stuff like that, but I think for the most part, it looks like we probably could have a flush draw. Like, we could have ace, queen, ace, jack, ace, 10 of diamonds. We could have hands like 8-9, 8-9 diamonds, 8-9 off, all that. I mean, not 8-9 off, but 8-9 suited, not non-diamonds. That would play this way. That would go for a check raise, and then when called, probably try to check call and get there on the river, something like that. It's kind of how I would play it sometimes. So I decided to go for a double check raise here. If he decides he wants to bite with like 2-pair or top pair and say, okay, well, maybe this guy was bluffing with diamonds. Now I'm going to bet here again. to defend against diamonds, or maybe he's got 2 pair, or maybe he's got a set. That'll all bet too. We also have the king of diamonds, which is somewhat relevant because we do block some of his diamond draws that he can have. And we also eliminate some of the outs that he may have if he does have diamonds. So he bets here. And we go for a shove here, I'm pretty sure. Any day now. There we go. Shove. And he does call. And it's a set over set situation. Poor guy. Sorry that I'm not sorry. I don't feel bad for you at all because I've had like over 60 set over sets in the last 2 months. So give me your money. Thank you. All right. We'll go like 15 minutes with this video here. Try not to keep you guys too long. We'll just try to like speed through these hands. Jack 10 suited. Button opens. We 3-bet. And he calls. Flop a flush. Bet. He calls. Board pairs up. Not great, but whatever. Still going for it. Just going for it here. And flush over flush. Classic. Classic. It's the only way you guys get our money. It's the only way you guys get our money. Absolutely nothing we can do there, by the way. Nothing we can do there. I wouldn't change a thing. Wouldn't change a thing. Okay. King, Queen suited versus Taco Jesus? No? I don't know. Let's see. Okay, Taco Jesus opens up. We 3-bet with King, Queen suited. And we get 4-bet. And we call. Yeah, I'm not crazy about the call out of position, but when we flop the 2 overs and the flush draw, we just got to go with it. And we probably just get there on river. Yes, we do. Hey, sometimes you get lucky. All right, King, Queen. If I'm 4-bet here and I'm not holding King, Queen suited, I'm probably just folding. So, in this particular scenario, I'm not going to, like, on this flop, check call and then, like, risk... Like if he has ace jack or something, or ace king combos or ace queen combos, I'm not going to risk not getting those to fold out by just calling. So I'd rather like take the off chance that he's got those. And then, yeah, the times that he's got aces, we spin it. I still have like 40% equity against aces, right? Like we got backdoor straight draws, we got flush draws. And like if he does have a hand like ace jack, even still, we have 2 overs and a flush draw versus that, right? If he's got queens, we have 1 over and a flush draw, right? So kings and aces, yeah, that for him to have is a worst case scenario, but like versus the rest of his range, I'm not gonna take the chance of not just rejamming here, getting him to fold out his ace queen, ace kings combos, and you know he could have like tens and stuff like that there too. So anyway, we drag it. Not sorry at all. Not sorry. What else we got here? Okay, I just want to make sure you guys can see the hand. Okay, we have 4s in the big blind. Serenity now opens. Frodo Baggins for 3-bets. He's a wide 3-better, so I'm not sure what I do here. What do I do here? I would call here, I think, for so wide 3-betting range. Yes, we do. And Frodo Baggins, again, like this is typically a fold like 90% of the times, but Frodo Baggins is 3-betting wide as it is. And as a player, he's 3-betting wide. And then when you combine that with the fact that this is a button open and a small blind 3-bet range, his range his range becomes even wider. So I call 4s, and just something to keep in mind. This guy also calls. Here he comes out with a bet. And I'm thinking here, okay, like he's going to have all his ace king, ace queen, ace jack, all those combos. He's going to have his king queen combos, and then he's going to have like pocket 9 some of the time, and like jacks, queens, kings, aces. He'll have pocket 10s actually too. But I think I could fold out a lot of that range. And also I don't want to... The reason I was calling with 4s in the first place was to exploit his wide range, right? And I'm just not ready to kind of give up on that profitable scenario yet that I feel like I could take advantage of him with and exploit. I could also call here and see what he does turn, but then I don't want to invite Serenity now in behind me. So I go for the raise here. Small raise. And that folds out Serenity now, so I'm like, sweet. You know, like, we have him right where we want him. Also, he bet 18 in the 72, so I don't have to be right that often to win. But he just calls, and then we turn what I think is, like, the nutter ball type hand. And now I'm just like, oh well, I want him to catch up now because I don't think much worse. Whatever I was trying to bluff with the fours to fold off, I want it to catch up now. Right? I don't want like aces, kings, and queens or jacks to fold either. So he checks, and I go for a check back here. Obviously now we lose to like queens and stuff, but hands like king, queen, and ace, queen, which I don't think are calling flop. It might some of the time, like king, queen of diamonds, king, queen of hearts, or king, queen of clubs. Let's say with the backdoor draws and the backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw, 2 overs, for example. That might call one. Anyway, he goes for the jam here, and we're stuck calling. It's a set over set scenario. Sucks. What are you gonna do? Yeah, like I could have just folded pre, and I could have just folded on flop, and then this would never have happened. I would have saved the buy-in, but I think versus his range there and in position, given how wide he is usually 3-betting, I can take advantage of him well enough and to be profitable into the long term. That's my perception of what I think is happening, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe I just got to fold fours there. Something to look at. Next hand. We open ace queen. We get 3-bet by magnanimity. He's also a wide 3-better, and then we call. Oh, this is a shit hand. I remember this hand. I'd punt it here. This is a punt. I call here because I'm like, I know he's wide. Trying to exploit. I block aces and queens. Also, this kind of nails my range. He bets again. And like right here, I should just be letting go. But I just got so stubborn. Probably a little bit of tilt in this hand as well, I'd imagine. So I'm like, I call here, and I'm like, what the hell bets 3 times here, right? Like, what bets 3 times here? Even aces, kings, and queens on this 10 river should be checking. Why should aces, kings, and queens be checking? Well, for starters, I've bricked on all potential flush draws. I've bricked on spades. I've bricked on clubs. But if I am calling with something that is not a flush draw, it's probably a 10, right? So why would he bet again here? This is my thought process. Why would he bet again here? He's missing out. And honestly, he's only getting called by a 10. So why would aces, kings, and queens bet here? Also, from my perception, he could have bricked out on a lot of clubs, like king, queen of clubs, queen, jack of clubs, ace, queen of clubs. We would chop with that. But again, like I think a lot of his range here should be checking unless he's got a 10 or unless he's got some kind of a massive hand like a full house. Those are the only hands that continue betting, in my opinion. So I found that awfully suspicious. Like, why would you bet here? I mean, unless he just thinks I'm such a huge fish that I'm calling wide, which, I mean, I can definitely do that. And case in point, I'm about to call wide, by the way. So maybe I am a huge fish. Anyway, I punted here. Right down the uprights, by the way. And we made a hero call with ace queen eyes. Ridiculous. Now that I'm watching it back. He did have 9s, but like we were right in our read in the sense that like he had to have had the absolute nutter balls or nothing. I just can't see aces and kings and queens doing that. Plus we block aces, we block queens. I went for the hero call here against a hand like king, queen of clubs, queen, jack of clubs, which we kind of block as well. But yeah, I mean, in hindsight, this is just a punt off. And ace queen's too wide, I think, to be heroing here. I think it's just a little bit too wide. Maybe ace king, maybe. Because we block aces, we block kings, and he can, if he's bluffing with a hand like ace queen, at least we beat that. We're not chopping with that like we would be in this particular scenario. So maybe that's the hero spot that I need to go for. Or maybe I just need to like shut the hell up and just make folds more. Anyway, we punt there. All right, we got aces. Taco Jesus opens under the gun. Oh, perfect dream scenario. A raise and a re-raise in front of you if you have aces. 4-bet. Inbound. Oh, he jams. Jacks versus aces. Love it. Just run it. Just run it. Fabulous. Send all that money. Why can't they all be that way? Thank you. Oh, what happened here? Bad beat. This is probably what put me on tilt with that ace queen hand where I called off. All right, we got fours. Open sesame. And we got called by Frodo Baggins. Check. I'm assuming I check here. Yeah, check, check. Okay, we have a boat. What the hell happened here? Oh, don't tell me there's like a $12 pot and they called it a bad beat because I have a full house. I think that is what happened. Check, check, check. And it checks right. And it is one of the... Okay, we wasted your time. I'm sorry. Next hand. I'm going to be looking at the dollar amounts in these pots before I play them going forward. So, my apologies. All right, open sesame. We call, probably. I'm assuming, from the under the gun open. Yeah, call threes. This can be a fold, too, by the way. Check. Check with Slovakia. This guy bets. This guy, I'm assuming I call here. Yes, we just call. And we blow it up turn. We could also raise here, depending. But first two opponents, I don't like to do that. Because it's easier for them to have a flush. And I call again. Oh, we make Quasimodos on the river. Go for a check here again. Sneaky. Bet and a call. And I go for a jammin'. We jammin'. Praying that somebody has two pocket twos so that we can nail a bad beat in some sense. And, oh yeah, I remember this hand. So this guy had just an ace? That's hilarious. This guy told me he folded ace four of hearts. So, send me that. Send me that one. Okay, 590, pair of jacks, huge win. Let's see. Again, this shows you all your huge losses and all your huge wins. So, like, we haven't had many losses, obviously. We've been running good or playing good or a little bit of both. Just the ace-queen hand, really. Taco Jesus opens up from a limp, so he can be pretty wide. We 3-bet, and then this guy calls. This guy jams. I think he could be jamming with ace-queen and ace-king and stuff like that here, too. So, I go for the call. Hold. 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 This guy called too, by the way. Wow. And we ship that. Send it all. Send it all. I'm not 4-bet folding there when you can have it king, ace queen or ace king still. And he knows that I'm going to be 3-betting him lighter because he was isolating a limp and I would know that type thing scenario happening. So something to figure out. Ooh. Straight flush. What happened here? Okay, so we make a straight flush here. Obviously, we know that. Spoiler alert. Wow, how about a fucking spoiler alert? What movie is that from again? Hot Tub Time Machine. I'm assuming I go for thin value here. I'm hoping, like, if he has an ace of hearts, he'll just jam it back in our eye, thinking that he's good, but he's not good. We know he's not good. So I would go for like 30, 40 bucks here. Yeah. Know thyself. And I think he just calls with what exactly? It's important to go small here because if he's got a bigger flush, he's going to raise anyway or call. And then if he's got a silly hand like this, just a pair with no heart, he's going to call too. So we maximize value there. What are we at here? 20 minutes. Okay, we'll do 2 more hands. We'll do 2 more hands. And then we'll wrap it up. You wrap it up. You wrap it up. That's Webley. I size up bigger against him here because I know he's opening wider and he loves to play hands against me, so he does call. I bet small here now. I want to keep all his shit in there. All his pairs, all his middling pairs. Do I go for a check here? I think I probably bet. Yeah. I think 10s and jacks and stuff like that and 9s are probably still calling. And then on this river, I think we can just happily go for a jamboree. He says one time and calls with the river queen. Oh, he had a flush draw on the turn. So yeah, like I said, he's calling wide. So that's why we size up pre. We know he's calling wide. And we ship that one. Chipotle sauce. Okay, this will be our last one. And we'll end on a loss, which is not something I like to do, but forget it. Forget it. We'll just do it anyway. King Queen again. S Webley opens, and then this guy calls. I'm assuming I go for a 4-bet here because I know he's 3-betting wide. 4-bet? No, I just call, and we flop the super nutter balls, and then this guy just pots. Oh, I remember this hand. This is gross. This guy shoves. He calls. Okay, obviously we call. Okay, so he's got a set. This guy also flopped a straight. We are basically getting there, and then he just rivers the boat, and we lose that 3-way all in. So we got our money in good. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? All right, that's it. If you guys enjoyed this series, I will do this more often. Please let me know in the comments, or don't. But follow, like, subscribe, share this, and we'll see you later.